We want you to be strong, powerful, empowered investors when it comes to building your wealth. And so, understanding economics, this is a great way to get that knowledge, that foundation, and understanding.
If you're not conscious about your investment strategy, you won't end up where you want to be, not financially or as a human. On this show, we interview highly successful investors and share how they overcame limitations to become unstoppable forces of success. If you're ready to learn what it is to be a conscious investor so you can end up where you want, keep listening.
Conscious investor, I know you've heard me say so often that it's really great to put ourselves into new situations, new surroundings, new people, new perspectives, people that don't think exactly the way we do. And I will not retract that. I completely believe that. And I want to add, it's also really nice to be around people where you have a similar perspective, a bedrock that is very much shared in a perspective. And then from there, extrapolating and helping each other expand. This is why I'm so excited about the Conscious Investor Growth Summit. This is an opportunity to be around like-minded conscious investors. But guess what? I know a lot of you conscious investors personally. And guess what? You guys share the same underlying philosophies, but you have so much to add to each other. And I'm so excited to bring everyone together in North Idaho at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. Now, some of the things that I absolutely love about this event. One, I love the location. It's not just that I'm in North Idaho and I love North Idaho. We know I do, but it's also because most of the time we travel to events and they're in a city and it's busy and you want to walk, you want to go to lunch and you go to lunch and maybe you're concerned about, where you're walking and your personal safety and things like that. This is one of the elements. I love that we're going to be having this event right there, literally on the lake. Like, hi, lake, you're right there. Everything that we do is like, there's the lake. You want to take a little break and go walk the beach? Great. You go walk the beach. You want to go for a little walk on, along a trail. Some people call it trail run there. I just think it's a little walk. It's not intense or anything. It's very accessible. You want to take a 20-minute walk and just go walk along a nice trail out to a peninsula and look at another view of the lake. That's great. The reason why I think this is so important is that we live most of our lives in this hustle and hurry and the demands of the day. And then we go to events and they're also demanding and hurried. And we're in these environments that feel very compressing. And coming to North Idaho to the Coeur d'Alene Resort specifically and its location specifically is very freeing. It's very relaxing. It invites nature into our lives. It just invites that decompression. And so coming to this event isn't just like, okay, let's go and we're going to be game on and go, go, go. Yeah, we're going to be leveling up in a super powerful way. And we're also going to be decompressing at the same time. Just FYI, one of the fun things that I'm really excited about is that we're going to have like IV hydration and vitamin shots available because health is central to the conscious investor. I just love that we're going to have access to some of these amenities that will just like really support you, conscious investor, in decompressing and also being able to absorb and receive all of the powerful content that is there. So that's the next thing I'm so excited about. I mean, I have to start with a speaker, but oh my goodness gracious, you've heard me say that the speaker lineup is absolutely phenomenal. But let me give you some of the thinking behind all of the speakers. And I was speaking with someone recently, and this person pointed out very directly. They said, "What's really unique about you, Julie, is that you're really mindful about everyone that you bring into your circle." And the people you bring into your circle and that you put on stage, those are people, and this person is not speaking. They're people that have integrity and have character and are doing things in a very particular way. And I really appreciated so much so. And that's not a slight. I'm not making a comparison against any other stages or anything, but I know that I don't know about any other stages. I get to know about my stage, the event that I am hosting, and I know that they're friends. Most of the speakers are direct friends, people that I've known. There are 3 acquaintances that are new into my life, but I've been getting to know them and I'm very confident in who they are as people. And that to me is really important. To me, it's important that the person that is sharing information from the stage is going to be the same person on the stage and the same person walking around the event and the same person in their business and the same, right? I deeply value congruency and how we go about things. That is integrity. We don't want to be a Jekyll and Hyde. Don't want to be like, oh, well, that person's that way over there, but over here they're a completely different person. Like, that's not part of being a conscious investor at all, because we get to live in that personal freedom, the fullness of who we are created to be. And that is so exciting and so rewarding. Another element that I'm loving before I get into the amazing speaker lineup and topics that we're covering, which, by the way, the topics are, we're not just talking about wealth through real estate at this event. So, yes, are we going to talk about wealth through real estate? Yes. Are we going to talk about some strategies, wealth through real estate? Yes. Are we going to talk about some other amazing opportunities? Yes, because wealth building comes in a lot of different ways, and I'm so excited about that. But I was thinking about the element of health, right? Because we're talking about health, mindset, and wealth at the event. Speakers coming in specifically for these three areas. And when I was thinking about the concept of health, it really made me think about wealth, not just because they rhyme and everything, but when we think about health and wealth, with wealth, we have a lot of people that are, I want to have legacy. I want to build and create generational wealth. What about our health? Are we creating generational health? Meaning, are we living a life that is healthy? I am not saying, never hear me say, this is never ever what I am implying when I talk about health, to be extremely clear. I am not talking about, are you ripped? Are you shredded? Are you swimsuit ready? I'm not talking about that. That may or may not be an indication of somebody's actual health. Okay. But what I'm talking about, what are the practices that we have that we are actually taking care of our physical being? I think I've said before, one of my affirmations that I write out each day is that I'm a great caretaker of my physical being. I didn't say I'm a Twiggy and I can bench press this and no, none of that. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I want to be a great caretaker of the shell that holds and houses my soul, right? Like, this shell is going to be going away at some point, but my soul is not. And I want to make sure that I'm taking care of the shell so that I can really allow my soul to do the work while I'm here. Like, hey, wow, that's a pretty novel idea, pretty exciting. So when we think about health, let's change that philosophy. And part of what we're going to be talking about is, wow, let's have that focus on legacy health. And that's why Ashley Beeman, that's why Ben Lawson, and that's why Brittany Oliver Baker are all going to be such powerhouse speakers. Every single one of them. By the way, you should go right now as you're listening to this, if it's safe, go and follow them on their Instagram accounts. They are phenomenal people, to follow on Instagram, creating powerful content for you to support you. And their philosophy and premise is coming from different vantage points. I mean, we've got gut health, we've got nutrition, and we've got fitness. We have these different areas covered, and yet they're coming from that same vantage point of, let's take care of the shell. Let's make sure we're being great caretakers of our body and of our being. You're going to love them. They all have such strong followings. Brittany actually has her own school for gut health, and she raises up coaches so that they can go and support people. So she's a multiplier, right? She's not just, oh, come see me. She's a multiplier. She is teaching and training other people, other coaches about gut health specifically so that they can go and support more people. How amazing is that? Ashley Beeman, she completely is revolutionizing my life just by her Instagram and just by her philosophy and her gentleness and her kindness, her approach to this long term. Like, I don't need to drop weight quickly. I need to make sure that I'm living a lifestyle that's sustainable, that is going to be healthy. I actually started doing macros again because of her content. And she said this was a game changer for me. She said, like, if you're new to macros or if you're just getting back into it, don't try to go with the lowest number of calories. Be nice to yourself. Give yourself some room so that you don't feel starved all the time. And like, just you can get a flavor. I highly recommend go find that reel of hers over on Instagram, the Ashley Beeman. And then working with Ben, oh my gosh, I love it. He's in the gym, he's training, but he's providing all of this this grounded fitness approach that allows for a sustainable life. So when you're 80, you're going to be active and live and well. You're going to have the balanced muscles. You're going to have a physiology that is going to be strong enough to be able to carry you around. You might be concerned about your kids right now and can I hang out with my kids and keep up with my kids? But let's think about our grandkids and our great grandkids as down the road, right? Moving on to mindset. Speakers on mindset. What a powerhouse speaking lineup on the mindset. We're going to be talking about, I was just messaging with a good friend and business partner of mine. And so Anthony Vicino, if you are not already following his YouTube channel, go, you'll be one of the 1 million people that are following it. And he is going to be talking about how to unlock hyper focus on command. And he has built out a powerful platform. You can also subscribe to his podcast because he is going to be because he talks about this on a regular basis. He will support you in your approach, in starting, in doing, in finishing. He's going to teach you, and he knows because he's leveraged ADHD over the years. He's learned how to leverage that and use it in a powerful way. Also on the mindset route lineup, and I have to look because, oh my gosh, we have 20 speakers that are coming in. Lots of them are flying in. So I'm so excited. Yes, we've got North Idaho and we even have South Idaho represented, which is super amazing. But in our speaker lineup, also on mindset, let me make sure I'm in the right spot here. Eric Allen, what a crazy, awesome story that he has. And he is just accomplished so much. He has the Eric Allen podcast that's been around for over 5 years. He's interviewed people like Ed Milet, which I know we know. He's interviewed Sean Whalen. He kind of went down that whole lineup, which is so exciting. And he's going to talk on that mindset component of we all get to choose. We get to choose the life that we want. So excited about that because a lot of times we forget that our life is a choice. And I know that Eric has already been prepping and priming this specifically, curating this talk for you, conscious investor. We've got Jasmine Salinas flying in from Texas. I love it because Houston, Texas and Bonners Ferry or Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, we're literally at opposite ends of the country, but she's flying on up here and she's an immigrant and she's going to be talking about breaking barriers. She's going to be talking about a story of faith, resilience, and entrepreneurship. Is not something you are going to want to miss. What she has built is absolutely extraordinary in the way that she is using her platform through massive capital. She has a platform called and she is impacting women across the country. And I know it's going to go around the world. It's just absolutely powerful. We've got a local who I love. If you're not already following Sarah Barb, you need to be following her. She is an extraordinary person. She and I can get into these really crazy, cool philosophical conversations because we love reading similar books and everything. She's a powerful investor. She went from flipping houses and pivoted out of that. Like, oh, that's a job. I don't know. This is a lot of work. And she has still has a property management company, but she's also stepping into a whole new realm and creating co-living spaces. She's going to be speaking on mindset, but you can see the mindset to make these shifts along the way is someone who has a mentally resilient mind and lots of opportunity. My good friend Dennis Meralda from the Building Men podcast is coming in here to speak. I'm going to be speaking. I feel like I'm leaving somebody out on the mindset, and I'm not. I know I'm not, but it just feels like I am. I know I am. Amanda Rockworth, I had her down as speaking on real estate because she's down in the Boise area. She and her husband, Dan, are just these awesome real estate investors, and they're serving that Boise Treasure Valley area part of Idaho in such a powerful way, just contributing. She's one of the leaders of the Invest Her group down there in Boise, that chapter. And that's how we met. I went down to speak at that group, and I was just blown away. What a great group. If you're down there in the Boise area, Treasure Valley area, make it a point, go visit, that woman's Invest Her group. It's a really powerful group. She's going to be speaking on, her title is Dear Future Me, the power of knowing your future. The power of knowing your future you to achieve your goals. A lot of times we get stuck and we're complacent in who am I right now? And we're not looking at, wait, what's a potential impossibility? That's something we talk about oftentimes here on The Conscious Investor. All right. I know that you are going to want to know about wealth building. I'm so excited. Alex Cartwright is flying in all the way from Michigan, and he is coming. He is a professor of economy, and you've heard him here on the show. I absolutely love that episode. Love the dialogue and his insights, the accessibility. Like, he just makes economics accessible. He's going to be talking about the economic way of thinking for the conscious investor. He's going to support you in understanding how to read things, how to not be afraid of what the news is saying and such, but how to actually internalize, okay, this is what is happening in the economy. And this is why I'm going to invest in this way right now, because good investors don't stop investing. We just invest in different ways because we understand the economy. We want you to be strong, powerful, empowered investors when it comes to building your wealth. And so understanding economics, which a lot of people did not take Econ 101 or Economics 101, right? In college, this is a great way to get that knowledge, that foundation and understanding. We've got Dallin Schultz, a good friend of mine. He's coming. He and his partner, Paul, are creating this powerful automation system for real estate investors. This is going to just be so transformative, definitely going to be transformative for my business specifically and personally, and I'm really excited about it. I'm working on it. I'm beta testing the product right now, and helping them work through some of the that's why you beta test. You got to work through things, but the understanding and how he is a master when it comes to systems. Dallin is a master, and I know that just learning how to automate things, learning how to create the systems so that your business, your real estate investments can run smoothly and flourish without nickel and diming your time is really going to support you in a powerful way. I'm super excited. Matt Sorensen is coming up to speak. You probably already know his name. He's been on the show multiple times, and he is a founder of Directed IRA. He has written multiple books. He has multiple podcasts. He, helps the government make decisions when it comes to taxes and tax code and such. And Directed IRA is actually one of our key sponsors for the event. So I want to just give a super shout out for them. They've really rallied. They've gotten behind this because guess what? Directed IRA cares about you, conscious investor. And they provide so many tax solutions. As a tax attorney, Matt is very specifically and uniquely positioned to be able to speak to you so that you can make the best decisions with your benefits. This is really timely because tax code is always changing and we're entering into that tax season. And so having not just a expert, not just a tax expert come in, but someone who is helping make decisions on the decisions or influence people on a national level is substantial. And you have an opportunity. He's going to be speaking on Friday at the event. So you're going to want to, I know that not everyone's going to be able to make it every single day. I understand that. But he will be speaking Friday. So you want to check that out and make sure that you are there. And if you buy that VIP ticket, which is I don't know, $75 more than a regular ticket. We're trying to make it as accessible as possible, but you buy that VIP ticket, you're going to be out on the lunch boat cruise, hanging out with Matt, all the speakers, and just being able to mix and mingle with other really amazing conscious investors. My good friend, Camilla Jeffs, from Steady Streams Investments. A lot of times She speaks on being an introvert. She speaks on, building quiet wealth. That's her podcast, Quiet Wealth Podcast. She also oftentimes will speak on apartment syndication. Sorry, I have all these text messages that are all of a sudden popping through here. What's exciting is that Camilla just bought a business. And it's really exciting because here she is in Texas. She buys a business, and I've watched this. She's been working on buying this business for over a year, and this business is all the way in Florida. And so, how she's going to teach you how buying a business is an investment strategy. She's going to walk you through. Here's how to buy a business. And a lot of times, I say live where you want to live, invest where it makes sense. Well, guess what? She's doing that, but she's buying a business at this point. She's going to be buying more, and she's buying them from afar. She's living where she wants to live. She's investing where it makes sense. It's so exciting. We've got Ryan McDonald. If you were at the event last year, his presentations are so well done. And if you're not already following him on all the social channels, what are you waiting for? Make sure you go and do that, because he's always dropping these knowledge bombs. It's also really cool because he's on his own personal transformation journey, and he's sharing that on his channels as well, which is really exciting to see. Like, this is why he's here speaking at the Conscious Investor Growth Summit, right? Because he's really understands the fullness and the necessity for, it's great to be successful and to build wealth. And I also need to be successful as a human being. He is going to be speaking on credit. In fact, I was telling you some texts were popping through. That was one. He says, how to win the credit game of life. Whether it's you needing to repair your credit so that you can, step into an investment, if it's maybe a friend, family member, or maybe you want to establish a business line of credit of some sort. Like, understanding how credit wins is a game changer in life. And so you don't want to miss that presentation. We've got Sarah Weaver. Hello. She's such a joy. She's always a joy to be around. If you don't know Sarah Weaver, she is the nomadic investor. She focuses on midterm rentals. She has not lived in a single place. She doesn't have an actual place of her own here in the US because she is nomadic. 5 years of that. And she's written a book, Four Bigger Pockets, on midterm housing. And so you want to make sure, like, again, this isn't just about, Julie, she invests in apartments and assisted living facilities, so that's what this event. No, you can see we're talking about businesses, we're talking about the economy, we're talking about automations, we're talking about credit repair, we're talking about buying businesses, we're talking about midterm housing. Okay, we've got so many different topics covered here. It's absolutely phenomenal. Now, this event would not be full, it wouldn't be a complete event if we weren't also talking about what it takes, that inner resilience that is absolutely necessary for us to thrive and flourish, right? So we have to be grounded. And one of the elements of health for a conscious investor is we've got our healthy physical being, we've got our healthy relationships, and we are spiritually grounded. Now, there are lots of different ways that people believe. I'm not trying to tell you have to believe what I believe, but we're going to have stories of faith, because whether or not you share the same faith as someone else, when we hear people who take action, who are taking these leaps of faith in life, it allows us to connect on a deeper level with our own soul and to take those same courageous steps, not the same, but to take the courageous steps of our own. I'm so excited to have Anthony Walker of Cornerstone Capital speaking, Carrie Briner, who's just so influential. She's just so magnetic. And then we also have Dustin Heiner speaking on that. So I want to just encourage you that this is an event that's going to touch every part of your life, that you're not going to end up bankrupt in any part of your life. We've got a lot of different topics covered, and we're going to be sprinkling them in throughout the day so that we're not just focused on one particular topic and getting in the nitty-gritty of something, but really just looking into these different elements. Should be fun. It's going to be exciting, and you're going to meet extraordinary people. I want to make sure that you are there, and you don't want to miss out. March 8th through 10th at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. Pick up your tickets today. 150 is the max tickets that we can sell. And we are definitely selling these tickets, and I don't want you to miss out. Use the promo code FRIEND and you can save 50%. Remember, like money is great, but money isn't the driver of all of life. It's all about connection, community, contribution. That is where all the magic happens. You being there at the event is going to be transformative for you and for the people around you, because you, conscious investor, are bringing you to the event, and you bring that uniqueness, that 1 in 400 quadrillion, which is super powerful. So I want to ensure that you are there. You want to ensure that you are there. You don't want to miss out. You will have FOMO. I assure you of that. Oh, I have to throw in there, just because we know my background as a public school teacher, this is interactive, right? We're going to have a lot of opportunity for crowdsource wisdom. Last year, we gave out raffle prizes throughout the day, because who doesn't like to win? And I love winning. And so we're going to do that all over again this year, where we're going to give you lots of opportunities to share your insight, to give your input, and to win some like legit, really cool raffle prizes. So I want to, just come. It's going to be fun. It's going to touch every part of your life, and you will make an impact on others, and others are going to leave an impact on your life. I cannot even wait to see you there, Conscious Investor, March 8th through 10th at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. Oh, discounted room rates, which is also super, super wonderful. All right. Head over to consciousinvestorgrowthsummit.com. You can pick up your tickets there. You can also go to the show notes. Just click on it, pick up your tickets, just do it, say yes, come. It's going to be a magical weekend ahead of you. And if for some reason you're like, I can only make one day, I can't make them all, don't stress. I promise you, the $300-400 that you would pay for a ticket. Hey, I was just looking at comedy tickets for Gabriel Iglesias. He's going back on tour. John Christ is going on tour. Those tickets can be like, especially Gabriel Iglesias, like a lot of those tickets are going to be, nearly $300-400 just for a ticket for a couple of hours. Okay. This is like, even if you go for one day, you are going to just be completely nourished through and through. You're going to be expanded, and it's going to have a powerful impact on what 2024 looks like for you, the trajectory, the momentum, everything about it. So don't make that excuse of, I can't make it on Friday, or I can't make it on Sunday, or what. Don't make excuses. Just come. Even if it's for a day, come. Promo code FRIEND at consciousinvestorgrowthsummit.com. I cannot wait to see you there. Hey, Conscious Investor, I have a quick, humble ask, and that is that you head on over to Apple Podcasts and leave an honest rating and review. These rating and reviews allow me to reach other guests that are, of different levels and statures and prominence and all of that. It really shows to them that, wow, you have engaged listeners who care about your show. If you would take a moment and go and leave an honest rating and review, and the platform it's on Apple Podcasts. And to do that, you go to the main show. So if you're on an episode, you just have to click on the Conscious Investor podcast. And if you scroll towards the bottom, you'll see in little tiny font, it's so small, it'll say, write your own review, like write a review. Just click on that. If you would take a moment and just let me know, me and these amazing guests that come onto the show, something that is helping and supporting you in your life. It absolutely means the world to me, and it supports the show in ways beyond measure. You have no idea. So thanks so much for taking, 60, 90 seconds to just head over to Apple Podcasts to leave that honest rating and review, Conscious Investor. Absolutely means the world to me.